In this video, we're going to learn how easy it is to add new structures, new elements, and new content to our site at any point. When we are structuring this page, we talked about adding two components in the content container. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. I'm going to come here to this section called Build Your Page here. I'm going to open this elements tree, and as you can see, we have our content container here. We talked about adding the element called EEM. So I'm going to go to Page Elements, and I'm going to slide the component called E to the content container. Okay, I'm going to have a look and see where the component is. Okay, here it is, a text element. This component tells us to add the components J and K. So I'm going to click here on J and drag it to I. And a new text element has appeared. I'm also going to add the component called K, which is the flex layout. So I'm going to drag and drop inside of component I. This one here contains a tooltip. It tells us that we're going to find where to place component L within it. We're going to need to place it here in the flex item, as we have already seen in flex layout structures. New elements and components are always placed within the flex item. So we are being told to place the L element. So we're going to click the L element and we're going to drag it to its interior. Here it is. So we're going to add our content container and the component called M. So we're going to click it and drag it to the content container. Okay, again, we have a text element. Now we're going to place the N element within its interior. We have another flex layout. We're going to click and drag it to the element M's interior. The N element is telling us where to place the element O within its interior. It's going to clearly be in the flex item. So we're going to click on element O and drop it within the flex item. So now that we've added new structures and elements, we are going to link these structures and elements to the collection's content, just like we did in the previous video. We're going to have a list of articles. In this case, there are just going to be a few articles, not all of the articles. And in this section, we're going to add the different subscription plans. So I'm going to take a look at the CMS. We're going to create a link to this collection, and then we're going to create a link to this one here, to the subscription plans. I'm going to come back to the app. I'm going to select the flex layout here, and then I'm going to come here to the data panel, and I'm going to enable dynamic data. So we're going to select this option down here. In collection, I'm going to choose the collection that will feed this flex layout, which in this case is the articles collection. So we can see a series of articles here. In this case, I don't want all of the articles to appear, just a few. So I'm going to go here to limits, and I'm going to select 3. So only 3 will be visible. As we can see, only 3 items are appearing. Now we're going to link the elements that make up this flex layout to the collection's attributes. I want the article's image to appear here, the author's name here, the article name here, and the description here. To do this, I'm going to select the element image, and then go to the data panel, and then to dynamic data and style in get image from article, and I'm going to choose image attribute. Okay, as you can see, some images are now appearing. Now I'm going to select this text element, H5, and I'm going to go to the data panel, and in get text from articles, I'm going to select the author's name. So here we have the author reference. I want title. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to select H3, this element here, and I'm going to go to the data panel, and in get text from articles, I'm going to select the article's title. Let's select it. We can see that the values attributed to the title field of the articles collections appear. So we're going to select P2 for the description. We're going to go to the data panel again, and in Get Text from Articles, we're going to select Description. Okay, so if we look, we can set a limit for the number of characters. We can see that this is currently set to 180 characters, but we can change this. In this case, I don't want to change the character limit, but I do want to make sure the words don't get cut. As you can see, the words are currently getting cut. I don't want this, so I'm going to set this option, and this way the words won't get cut. Now we're going to do the same down here. So we're going to select the flex layout again. We need to find it first. So we can use the mini doc map to do this. We also have the doc map here where all the page elements will appear. Here we can only see the parent elements of all the elements on our page. So what we see here is the same as what we see here, but here we can only see the parent elements. I want to click into this flex layout here. Now I'm going to click through to the data panel and I'm going to enable dynamic data. Okay, now we're going to select the subscription plans collection. Okay, they are showing up. They're repeating 3 times as we have 3 entries. If I had 1 entry, this item would only repeat once. Now we're going to link the elements to their corresponding collection attributes. So I'm going to select the image here, and then I'm going to come here to the data panel to get subscription plans, and I'm going to select the image attribute. Okay, so now I'm going to select this text element called P2. I'm going to come back to the data panel, and in Get Text from Subscription Plans, I'm going to choose the name. And now we're going to link the P2 text element. I'm going to go to the data panel to Get Text from Subscription Plans. I'm going to select a description. And now I'm going to link the price. I'm going to link the price here. So as you can see, it was very simple to add these 2 sections and link their corresponding content. So as you can see, we can alter a page's structure and add new content really easily at any point.